Hello everyone, I'm Matt and this is Camping and Coding. Okay, we are going to be building an order book in C++20. So this will be a limit order book, which is the matching engine that's at the core of every stock and crypto exchange, etc. It's going to be written in C++, and it's also going to include a benchmark that will measure how fast it is. All right. So to begin, let's talk about what a limit order book actually is. So first of all, an order is one person's request to buy or sell some quantity of something at a specific price or better. A limit order specifically means fill me at this price or better, and if you can't, then just wait. As opposed to a market order, which means fill my order right now, whatever the price is. All right, so bids are just buy orders, and we are going to represent these with the highest price first at the top, and asks are sell orders with the lowest price first at the top. That's the least any seller is currently willing to accept. The best bid and the best ask are called the top of the book, and the gap between them is called the spread. All right, so let's walk through this with an example. So let's say that this is our order book before anything happens. We have two bids, we have two asks, and our spread is currently 0.5. Now, these are all known as resting orders, which means that they have not been matched. That is because the current bid is lower than the lowest ask. All right, so we get a new incoming order. This is a new buy limit, a new bid, and it is at 101.1 for quantity 20. Now you may notice that is higher than the lowest ask, and that's great. Now we need to check, does that cross? Meaning, is the incoming buy price greater than or equal to the best, that is lowest, ask price? In this case, it is. It crosses. That's exciting. Since it crosses, the incoming buy order will match immediately against the best ask. So now we have a match. The incoming buy price is 101.1 for quantity 20. The best ask, that is the lowest ask, is 101.0 for quantity 50. Now, a trade is executed, and there are some important semantics of this trade. So, the fill quantity is the minimum of the buy quantity and the sell quantity. So the minimum of the bid quantity and the ask quantity. Here that's 20. You cannot sell or buy more than your counterparty is offering. And also the trade price is recorded at the lowest of the two prices. So in this case, that is the best ask. And that is always going to be the case. It will always be the best ask. It's never going to be greater than the best ask, or else there wouldn't be a match at all. Okay, so that leaves us with 30 remaining of whatever we are selling here. On the ask side, trade price of 101.0 and a trade recorded for 20 at 101.0. So we update the order book accordingly. We subtract the 20 that were sold from the ask side. We remove entirely the matched bid order, the matched buy order from the bids table, because that has been fulfilled and it does not need to be represented there anymore. And we are back to the same spread that we had at the beginning, just with a lower quantity on the ask side. Okay, so before we get going here and actually look at code, let's cover a few terms. So let's talk about priority. So the first we want to talk about is price priority. This means that the best price always trades first. A buyer willing to pay more gets matched before a buyer willing to pay less. Now, similarly, time priority is kind of a tiebreaker, and it means for the same price, whoever placed the order first gets match first. This is a first in, first out methodology. This is what makes the market fair, and it's the reason that this project is going to use a queue data structure later, which you'll see as we get into the code. Taken together, these are called the price time priority, and it is the rule this entire project is built around. Okay, so there are a couple of kinds of fills. First, there's a full fill, which just means that the incoming order's entire quantity is matched and none of it rests in the book, none of it's left over. There's a partial fill, which means only part of the incoming order's quantity matches. The remainder becomes a new resting order in the book. This is not the case for the example that we had above, because the remainder was from the ask side. Okay, lastly, we have a resting order, which is an order that is still sitting in the book. It's unmatched and it's waiting for a future order to cross it, to match with it. So there's one subtlety here, which is worth internalizing, which is that when a trade happens, the trade price is the resting order's price, not the incoming order's price. The order that was already in the book set the price. The incoming order just agreed to meet that price. All right, and the last thing we need to cover here is cancellation. So a resting order can be pulled back out of the book before it matches, and this is a cancel. In this project, we're going to need the order's ID, side, and price because that's how we're indexing internally. There's no separate look up any order by ID alone structure, which is a known and stated limitation here. Okay, so we have covered the terms that are important to at least have enough information to get started here. So let's get into it.